Welcome to the Millennial Digital News International Women's Day campaign. Our theme is From Idea to Impact. Today we have an incredible guest who will share her story of how she transformed her idea to impact. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, introduce yourself to our audience and tell them what you do, who you are, and yes.
Thank you very much, Keren. As you heard, my name is Naminda, and I'm a woman. In this day and age where we don't know whether you're intersex, male, female, so yes, I'm a woman. And I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I practice within Kajiado County. I'm a lecturer, a law lecturer at Daystar University. I'm also a certified secretary, and the icing on the cake of that is that I'm also a governance auditor. Where it started, I was born a while back. Yeah, so then I went to nursery, and in nursery I was sort of, the small cop in the class. In primary, I went to 2 primary schools. The first one, I was the head girl of the lower school section. And then in Lions Primary Nakuru, I was actually the head girl in class 8. After that, I went to Moi High School, Kabarak, where I was a head girl, and it was a mixed school. So from that, I used to talk for people. I used to, quote unquote, fight for their rights, but I didn't know what exactly I was doing. So I thought I would become a medic, but medics don't talk much. So I settled for a lawyer. I felt like I could express myself more as a lawyer, and I'd be able to actually represent people in that space.
When was the idea of this is the idea I want to have, this is the impact I want to achieve and see my community thrive as a legal space, as a legal lawyer?
Okay, I would say first, I think I really enjoyed English. By the way, my mother was my English teacher from Form 1 to Form 4, which was a prerequisite for law school. So, and I knew that I could express myself very well. So I felt like I did not want to stay indoors. Like I was good in maths and all these other things. But I felt like if I became an actuarial science, who would know that I'm an actuarial science even? So I think it's just because I liked to lead and I like to be seen. So I felt like this was the career that I would really like to take. Then my mom, as I said, is a teacher. And I really like how almost everyone knows her. Like everyone who went to Moi High School, Kabarak will tell you about Mrs. Naminda. So I felt like there are these careers that you take and they impact people for the rest of their lives, particularly teaching. And because now I didn't do BA, I did law, I had to look for a way to merge the speaking in law together with the impact, which is now lecturing.
And also, I understand that you have an author, and how I have seen the impact stories that you have for legal clinics, legal aid clinics, and how you are able to set yourself apart, especially in Kajiado County. I know a lot of lawyers are based in Nairobi, Upper Hill, to be exact, but you chose Kajiado. Why Kajiado? And why, you would have said, I want to be in a legal, I want to be in a law firm, I want to be an associate or even a partner in someone's law firm, but you chose to start your own law firm, and it's really incredible how the kind of work you do in Kajiado County. Please take us through that journey of idea, and now how did that idea come up, and now the impact that you have in the society.
So one of my weaknesses is that I'm not very good at taking orders or taking instructions from people. So the idea of being an employee did not appeal to me. And it's really very difficult to be an employee when you're smarter than the employer.
Unfortunately, you're smart.
Yes. So I had that challenge. So one of the interviews I went for as a pupil in a very top tier law firm, they asked me where I want to be in 5 years, and I said I wanted to be the owner of a law firm. And like, why are you coming for the interview then? So I think that's why I failed that interview, because they saw this one is not going to stay with us. So that's part of the reason why I felt like, because of my character, I am used to leading, so I would like to lead something. So I'd like to lead a law firm. Now, I schooled in Nairobi, University of Nairobi, Parkland. So obviously the first place I would think of is Nairobi. But I felt like you can easily get swallowed in Nairobi, especially as a young lawyer, a female lawyer. So I felt like Kitengela, Kajiado was growing. So I decided to set myself apart and try Kajiado and see, how will this come about? I actually started the law firm barely 2 years in. Obviously before there was a law you would start before 2 years, but now you can just get admitted and start to talk. So also I felt like, the people of Kajiado deserve good lawyers as much as the people of Nairobi, Mombasa. So it was a matter of preference, and I also feel like it's easier to have your family here. You can have your farm, you can see your children, off to school. You can still be a lawyer because of all those things, and you can still make it to school. So it was quite central for me as opposed to Nairobi. In terms of legal aid, there's so much that the community does not know. And most of the time when you think of helping someone, you think in terms of cash. So obviously I'm not a philanthropist as people refer to them, but I felt like there's so much I could give. I'm actually a Christian, I go to church. So there's so many questions that people ask me within the church, and I might not have the time or the capacity to respond. So I felt like, why can't I actually just set apart a day when I can give these services for free? Because people know me, they know I'm a lawyer, but they're like, will I really afford this service? And maybe what they needed was just direction. Go to the children's officer, go to the police station, get an abstract, very simple things. Or plead not guilty, or plead guilty, you get a fine. So I felt like people need this information, but I don't have the time and they don't have the money. So why can't I set apart a day or two, work with the Daystar Law Clinic and set up a day when I can actually assist these people to get to know their rights, basically.
And do you have any success stories when someone walks up to you and says, Naminda, thank you so much, Wakili, for the incredible job you have done for me. I've gotten this service, I was able to pull out through this situation, especially the pro bono. Pro bono means, it's free of charge, you're giving legal services free of charge. So explain to me, and how did that make you feel as Naminda,
Actually, first of all, it's in giving that you receive. So the very last legal things that we had in Millenial, for instance, the whole week after, even up to now, we are having so much influx of customers. We were giving it for free, but now the result of that, God blesses you. So he's brought so many clients. We work almost up to 6, 7 every day. But other than that, yes, I've had clients who have come back and said, I was in court for 3 years, we didn't know what was going on, and you just appearing for that one day assisted the matter to move forward. Of course, that makes me feel good, but the ones that really, really touch my heart are the ones that say, I pray for you. God bless you. At least God is all powerful and almighty. So when someone tells you, I'll pray for you, God bless you, I pray for blessings, that really, really, really touches me.
And since this is International Women's Day, and our thing is from idea to impact, and being a woman sometimes has its own challenges. And how has that been like for you, especially in the legal space? Was that a motivation? Was that a challenge? And if you had challenges, how was that like? And describe to us how you were able to maneuver through the challenges that you faced.
Okay, so first of all, when I started my internship in a certain firm in Nakuru, the boss actually asked me twice, do you really want to go into litigation? Litigation is court. Court is brutal. Court is just, it's full of men in suits and they're old. And I get intimidated once or twice when someone asks you, who are you representing? Whose brief are you holding? Meaning, it's not possible for a young girl like you to be having this big file. You must be under someone. But my background it's basically just my mom. My mom is a very, very, very strong woman. So from a very young age, there was no discrimination between the girls and the boys in the house. And she kept saying, you're the same. If it's maths, you're the same. If it's washing dishes, you're the same. So there wasn't that inhibition, thankfully. I was brought up in town really, so there wouldn't have been that. But she kept talking about independence and women power and all these things. In fact, sometimes I joke to her and tell her, Mom, you made me so strong, I'm almost unable to get a stronger man so that at least I can submit to them. So there's that my mom instilled in me, but also there's something about just being smart and going for what you want. So it doesn't matter who's on the other side, whether it's senior counsel, whether it's a young man or another lady, as long as you are prepared, you will face, you're here because of your client. So you'll face them and tell them, this is what the law says about this particular issue, and you're confident about it and you've done your research. So you're very, you're okay. There's no one who will intimidate you. Of course, the issue of, women discrimination, men will still come up, and people will still feel like maybe the chairman should be given to a man, and so on and so forth. But I must say, women lawyers within this area of Southeastern have really come out strongly. We go out there. I think our vice person is a lady. Even the president of LSKS is a lady. So in this day and age, I think we are doing well as women. The CJ, the CRJ, the deputy CJ are all women. So I wouldn't say I have struggled as a woman, but I would say that as a woman, you have to put like twice or thrice that effort, which was not a struggle for me because that is how I have been born and bred. Yes, I'm used to, actually I've never won a lottery. I normally tell people, I'm not a lucky person, I'm a hard worker. I never get anything on a silver platter. So if you tell me it's hard work, I'm like, it's good, like I'm good to go. I know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, I can testify she's a hard worker. She is my lecturer, by the way. She is incredible, very brilliant, and you cannot dispute that. And she has a very incredible work ethic. In an age where our audience is millennials and Gen Zs, so you see it's from idea to impact, and you see from idea to impact is a process in between. First of all, you're young. How has that been like, trusting the process and sitting through very uncomfortable decision making, very uncomfortable hours, maybe you should have been sleeping. I understand you're also a mother. How has that been like? Just having patience through that process in an age where it's microwave things. Yeah.
So my master's supervisor used to tell me that a day has 27 hours. So if you're saying you're sleeping 8, working 8 and resting for 8, he has an extra 2. So I need to ask you why he's getting the extra 2.
Yeah.
So obviously you need to do more than them to even be like them. You need to do more than them. So in an age where things are moving very fast, first of all, you open your law firm, people trust that you know what you're doing. Because they're seeing their LT, Naminda, and associates advocates. So they know this is a lawyer, they know what they're doing. So when they bring you their case, they don't expect to fail. Their life is in your hands, basically. So one of the things that I would say have assisted me is number one, of course, God. I really trust in God. I place all my troubles in Him. I consult Him. I'm very faithful. I have a very healthy spiritual relationship with God. But secondly, as I have also stated, it's the hard work. It's the hard work. So when you work hard, you're not afraid to build the client because you know you'll deliver. The problem is when you're lazy and then you build the client and then they're like, they'll take you to advocate complaints and all those other places. So you need to be confident that you will work on this thing. And therefore, even if I build you, I know that I will deliver. And finally, I can say that there are several support systems. So you get into relationships with people who build you. Like I look at what you're doing and you're like, oh, how did you do that? Can I do that with you? You shouldn't be in a position where everyone is looking up to you. You should also be looking up to someone else. So, how do you invest your profits? You go to the bonds. Okay, I can try that. Or how do you write your papers? How do you publish? Oh, you wake up at 4 a.m. Oh, I can try that. So I'm constantly in spaces where I feel challenged. You can attest that the Daystar faculty, I think I'm one of the youngest. So someone was asking me, are those your colleagues? Like, yes. No offense. But that's the kind of space that I enjoy, where someone will tell me, Linda, why haven't you done this? And yet I'm just a doctoral student, I'm a very young person. And yet I feel like I can do what, say, Professor Dr. Moni is doing. I want to be like him. Rather than associating myself with someone who has an LLB because I'll be like, I'm better than you, so I'm okay. So the challenging of yourself. And finally, I like to see people happy. I'm generally a happy person. So if you need something and I can do it and I can do it well, I will offer myself. So I don't like situations where the client doesn't know what's going on, and that's what brings problems. So if I'm happy, my staff is happy, the clients are happy, then I sleep well. At least we all know we did our best.
Yes. So we're almost winding down, and I want to tell us what you see yourself in the next 10 years.
Wow. I do so many things. Yes. So wow. I'm not sure actually, because I could be anywhere. I could be a dean of a law school in Kenya. I could be a corporate secretary of a county or a big organization. I could be a judge. I wouldn't like to close up my dreams. So that when the judgeship comes, I'm like, no. I said I'm going to be a CS, so call that thought.
Yeah.
So I'm open. I just know that I'll be a distinguished legal practitioner in and outside of the country.
And I want you to look at that camera. And this is International Women's Day. We have so many incredible young women who are watching us, people who also have law school. And also, apart from women, we also have young men who are watching us. I want you to speak to them and just, speak to that 21-year-old self and speak to them and encourage them, give them hope, and also tell them, our thing is focusing on the theme of from idea to impact. What exactly can you take them through that journey? You did not wake up to be the incredible Miss Naminda that we all know. There was a journey, there was a process. So speak to that 21-year-old, that 25, that year-old. Yes.
So first thing I'll say is have an idea. What do you want to be? Okay. So do I want to be a judge, a company secretary, an engineer, a mechanic? What do I want to be? And then start at it. Start working on it. I started on my English. I'm like, if I'm going to represent people, I need to speak. So I need to be good in English. So what do you need to do to be that thing that you want to be? And then work on it every single day. How you walk, the friends you keep, where you invest, so that you're not a lawyer with no money, or you're not a doctor with no ethic. So work at it and just go step by step, and you'll be very surprised when you get there. And finally, have your day-to-day goals, then have your 2 to 5 year goals, have your 10-year goals, have your 20-year goals, so that your small goals will add up to your bigger goals. And obviously, if you're Christian, put God first.
Thank you so much for having it's a pleasure having you. I need to know that about you as well. I mean, you have taught me for 4 years as a class representative at some point. You have also spoken to me as well. Thank you so much for even making time to be with us. Thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for also following us on our social media platforms. By the way, how can we, how can we contribute? How can we plug into what you're doing?
Okay, so we are trying to follow the Gen Zs. so we have LinkedIn, we have Snapchat, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, and you have me. You can just give me a call. So,
what are the handles?
Wow, that's where my assistant comes in. So I don't know that, but I'll make sure that they're shared so that the viewers can just click and follow us and see what we do.
Yes, so we will put them in the description box, and also we'll put them in the description box so that you're able to support what Miss Naminda is doing. Because she is one of the smartest people I know. Thank you so much again for having, spending, creating time to come and just have this interview. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching.